Salud, mi gente, your boys coming through once again. And on today's video, we're going to talk about CDCR. Another incident, this time it happened in Folsom State Prison, in where another inmate became unalive. This is the first unalive after the so-called California model was discontinued because of the budget cuts, according to the governor, right? Well, first of all, let's just make this clear. Every time we tell stories like this, you have to understand that there's families involved behind these stories, right? It's not only about the inmates, but we have to think about the families behind who are going through it, man. So our respetos and saludos to that family. Hopefully it gets better, which I doubt it, but we just send nothing but positive vibes to them. So July 18, 2025, around 6:28 p.m., right? This happened on the day room. You have inmate Bonilla and inmate Duran going after inmate Digz. I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. Inmate Digz, right? And these individuals didn't go over there to talk to this guy, right? They over there strapped up and ready to put it down. That's what they did. Start hitting this individual with manufactured weapons. Put a lot of holes on him. The guy, of course, the cop, of course, hit the alarm. Tell everybody to get down, man. You already know how that goes. Get down, motherfucker, get down. You know? Man, that's one thing. Like, I understand that when an incident happens, they pause tell them, hey, man, make sure you be loud, you be direct, so you can show your authority, you know? I understand. Everybody does that, even the cops out on the streets, right? But I was like, man, people are already down. What are you even saying to get down already, you know? Well, this happened around that time, right? Of course, after the cops went into the building, handcuffed these two inmates and took them to the ADSEC, right? They took the victim to the medical facility within the institution, and where he was pronounced unalive at 7:09 p.m., right? By a one of those captains from the fire department. They actually stay right there in a firehouse, you know? Shout out to the firehouse at Folsom State Prison. I heard they have a good one. One of my captains went over there and they told me they got their own cooks right there. They got their own cooks. I think there was like 12 guys in that the firehouse, you know? The interesting thing about this, man, is that the California model is over. And this is not going to end. It's not going to stop. It's more than that. I do understand that California model put a lot of CEOs at risk, right? They want CEOs and inmates to interact with one another, which I do not agree with that. And I agree with that 100% with Hector Bravo when he brings up that topic, right? But in reality, the problem is bigger, and it has to do what I have said before. It's individuals that came out of certain sections. Now they're spread throughout California prisons, and this is what's going to happen. Simple as that, man. Crazy to tell you about the background of this individual, because out of the two victimizers, one, I believe he was doing like 2 years. Wow. You know, and it comes with either you got to do this or else, you know. And some people, man, they're down for the cause, so they do it. You know, it is what it is. It sucks. It sucks. Why? Because you playing with your time. You're playing with years that you'll never come back. I mean, you cannot get them back, right? And that's the most important thing you have to understand. You are given a certain amount of years to live. You know, you're not being promised if you do this, you're gonna have 14 wives, or you're gonna do this and that. No. Like, you doing this for a cause that possibly you're not going to be part of eventually. If you are both, man, bravo. You accomplished something in your life. But, and it's just keeping it real, man. I mean, I'm not throwing shade at nobody, but it's keeping it real. Open your eyes, you know? Look at this incidents. Individuals like this. We had this individual, which is the victim, Mr. Digz, Inmate Digz, who was 34 at the time. He came from LA County, right? He went into the system in July of 2016, sentenced 21 years. 21 years. Basically my sentence as well. That's what I got, like 20 years and 4 months. You know, now with what's going on with the percentage and stuff like that, they don't do that much time. He was just gonna do like 12 years, something around those lines. You know, but man, that's it. The guy is that's it. Now he has a family suffering because of what happened, and all because of what we're not gonna find out. But that's reality of CDCR. Simple as that. It's a new era. There's gonna be a lot of violence, and that's how it is. California is known for that. Now we have one of the victimizers, Inmate Digz, who is 48. He came from LA County and was sentenced and not got sentenced. He came to CDCR in May of 2022, right? This guy was lifer with the possibility of parole. You know, so now, trust me, I don't know how old was he when he went into the system. Well, he wouldn't qualify for no benefits, just to say, because I was like, maybe he qualified for the youth offender program. No, he don't. That's a immediately disqualification. He's done. He's gonna be right there for a long time. Trust me. Even if he gets released in this life sentence, he still needs to do this other one that he just allegedly committed. Now, as for the other victimizer, right? The most important one that I think is Inmate Duran, who is 32 years old from Santa Clara. He went to the system on Febrero 2022. Got sentenced to 2 years. 2 years in prison. The guy possibly was going to get off. Man, you can tell that he has caught more time for sure, though. He got sentenced to 2 years, 2022. He has caught more time. At least that's the information that CDCR has put out there. Pretty sure he was involved in a different brigada before, but we don't see that on the CDCR website. But imagine 2 years. Damn. Now what are you doing, man? You about to do life or what's going on right here? It does surprise me how individuals throw their life away. All for this dream that people put on, right? This goal that some individuals do it, or just for the plain simple fact that they want to be accepted. They want to be a part of that. And a lot of people, man, they get in this American me mentality, right? But they don't realize how much they're throwing away their lives. Many of us did time in prison. Some of us, just a very small portion of us, have YouTube channels. Every individual throws a different story, throws a different character, throws a different message, you know. But the one message that I believe that we should throw out there for the people is that being a tough guy does not pay. People need to understand how to value their lives. And I don't know if being a tough guy is trending. At least in prison it is, you know. But we have to understand how serious prison is. How serious politics is. Like politics, man, come on. You know, this is nothing new. It's not going to stop because of programs and stuff like that. No, it's within the culture. You know, a lot of dangerous people were let out of the shoe. The way how CDCR did it, it was the wrong way to do it. I mean, I believe it was the wrong way to do it. You know, should have kept everybody in just one yard, in one facility, but let them have program. Simple as that. You know, but I think they just spread a virus, right? They spread a virus, and it's spreading through CDCR. And when I say it's spreading, I mean violence within their own groups, you know, because right now they're like, we're not doing nothing racial, you know, no riots, you know, which, to be honest, that's nice. That's nice because those things used to be all bad. But hopefully you like this video. Hopefully individuals get the message, man. And that's what we're doing, man. The toughness, man, does not pay. Individuals who pretend to be tough, man, trust me, I have come across individuals like this. I'm not gonna say that most of the times, but sometimes when I actually dig for the information that were given to me that I did this, I did that, it's a lie. They're taking the credit for the next man. So don't believe every individual that tells you, "Oh, I did this and that, and I still ate a bag of chips," because it's a lie, man. So with this being said, we are out to next video. Muchas gracias. Saludos a todos. Gracias for the support.